It's the Redskins postgame show with Ken Mease and George Stark.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. The Dallas Cowboys 24, the Washington Redskins 21, and I guess, George, it was sort of improbable that they could go 16 games. Yet, as this season was wearing along, they were playing so consistently, it certainly was realistic at this point in the season, and then today comes along.
Well, you know, it's like any other business. You know you're going to eventually have a bad day at the office, and you hate to have it happen against the Dallas Cowboys and have it happen at home. Today, the Washington Redskins were outplayed on offense. They were outplayed on defense, and I think they were really outcoached. It's just, you know, everybody lost. The good news is Joe Gibbs will probably say, well, we all lost together. But, you know, you hate to lose to the Cowboys, you hate to lose at home, but it was just, you know, it was the Cowboys' day.
You know, this is the first time I can remember this season where you could see the other team's game plan working and not the Redskins. You could see what they were trying to do against Darryl Green. You could see what they were trying to do defensively with the 7 men up front, shut down the run, make them pass. You could see that Cowboys game plan working. Al Koken standing by at the stadium. Let's go to Al right now. Come on in, Al.
All right, Ken, well, as you're talking about, I guess, you know, a lot of the surprise here, what people have been talking about is how easily the Dallas Cowboys seem to move the ball in critical situations against the Redskins, how Darryl Green did not have the game that everybody expected. He's been so great all year long. Today he looked merely human, and they were able to move the ball very efficiently, particularly over the middle. They were able to beat the Redskins there. And needless to say, it was very difficult to get any of the Redskins to stop and talk at the end of the game, but one guy was very, very gracious in his time. It was Fred Stokes, and I had a chance to talk with him as he was coming off the field. What do you feel happened out there today?
I don't know. There's probably a lot of things you can put your finger on, but I don't think it's just one thing that might have cost us the game.
Were you surprised at how much they were gambling, 4th down, going for everything?
No, this was a big game for them. They were coming in here and they were playing all out. They were going to go for everything. I think they were just pulling a hat trick with anything they could do to win the game.
What about the fact it looked like they were able to pass over the middle much more than anybody expected?
Yeah, I don't think we expect them to pass that much. We tried to get them in a pass situation. Unfortunately, they were able to hit a couple of passes on us, and you know, we just had our hands full with all day.
Seems like they have the ball a lot of time too. You guys must be worn out.
Well, not really. I mean, we were playing hard. I don't feel that bad, but they did seem like they had the ball a lot. Every time we turn around, it seemed like we were going back in there. We still play hard though, but you know, I don't know what happened.
I know any defeat hurts, but the fact that it ends this winning streak, does that hurt a little extra?
Just a little. I mean, we can't put too much on a winning streak. We lost the game. We knew if we didn't play hard, at some point in the season we were going to lose. Unfortunately, we lost to Dallas, and that hurts.
All right, Fred, thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. So there it is, Fred Stokes talking about a very gambling Dallas offense with Jimmy Johnson pulling out all the stops, and why not? They certainly had nothing to lose, everything to lose for the Redskins. They missed their chance to clinch the NFC Eastern Division title. We'll try and get some more reaction from the locker room and pass it on to you later on in the show. Ken and George, back to you.
We're back. Hey, Al, before you go,
Yeah.
Al's gone. Well, I was going to say,
They beamed him up.
I was going to say, you know, it seems as though when the Redskins and the Giants, you know, they play a game of intensity, they don't really like each other. It's kind of like the Redskins and the Eagles today. The Redskins and the Cowboys have lost that dislike of yesteryear. And it's almost as if the Cowboys like playing the Redskins. Looks like they were having fun out there today.
They certainly like playing here.
Well, I
mean, a tremendous record at RFK. I mean, the Skins hadn't even scored an offensive touchdown in the last 2 years. I mean, today they get one, but they still lose. Al's back.
Hey, Al, I wonder, Al, where'd you go, buddy? Don't you quick on me.
No, but you know, George, exactly what you're talking about. You know, when we're out here on the field watching this game, you got some of the Cowboys special teamers like Gant, number 29. You know, as soon as the Cowboys score their first touchdown, he's turning around taunting the RFK Stadium crowd, getting some of his teammates to do it. They seem to come in and be very, very loose, as if they, as we said, had nothing certainly to lose because of their record, but they had that confidence. They were having fun, where everybody else comes in here and seems to be intimidated because the Cowboys have been successful at RFK Stadium. They didn't seem to have the pressure on them that a lot of teams did. And when you start seeing some of their special teamers, guys who really don't do much out there with the football, out there waving, taunting, thumbs up, talking to the fans, then you know I think it's going to go all the way through that Cowboy team. They played like a loose, confident football club.
Al, were you able to get any drift as to how badly hurt Troy Aikman is?
No, we weren't really able to hear. As he was walking off the field, as you probably saw, he was able to put a little pressure on his knee. But we saw that, remember, a couple of years ago with Mark Rippon. He came out, and a little later on, he was actually putting a little pressure on his knee, and he turned out to be gone for 6 weeks. So the Cowboys weren't talking about an official final examination on what they expect. I think they're talking about waiting till tomorrow to see what kind of swelling it is. But when you see the job that Steve Berline did, the Cowboys have to feel relatively confident, even if Aikman's going to miss a couple games, that they got a pretty competent backup who can move this team in critical situations.
I would think it's unlikely that Aikman can heal till Thursday. They have to come right back on Thursday against the Steelers. That short week certainly won't help him.
No, exactly. And the other thing, too, if this really does put the Cowboys back in the thick of the playoff race, they need to make sure that Aikman is the guy to be ready for the playoffs, because remember what happened last year with our old good friend Babe Laufenberg. He didn't get it done, and so I'm sure that Jimmy Johnson is going to make sure that Aikman, if they do have playoff possibilities, is the guy that gets in there.
Okay, Al, we will let you go to the locker room right
Thanks a lot, Al.
And we'll be back to take a look at first and second quarter highlights with you. And Joe Gibbs and George Stark will be holding forth down at the stadium. We'll be right with them. Coming back after this.
The Redskins postgame show is brought to you by the Aetna Health Plans of the Mid-Atlantic, by the C&P Telephone Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. By your Washington area Toyota dealers. By Warner. At Warner, we do it right the first time. And by Midas. Midas is proud to support the Washington Redskins.
Hey, Pop, I've been thinking.
Oh, that's the first.
No, listen, I think we need another phone number.
I'll get out of here.
Well, I've been watching the Pizza King down the block, and it seems like they've been...
Hey, if you want to watch your business, watch this one.
Oh, well, they've got 2 delivery guys. We only need 1.
So?
So, they also got 2 phone lines, 2 phone numbers, 2 delivery guys. All we got is 1 phone number, 1 delivery guy.
So?
So I think there could be a connection in there somewhere.
For as little as $1 a day, we can provide new phone lines for your business. Make the call.
Toyota Truck. Toyota Lee, awesome. That's why Toyota is the #1 selling import truck in America. Toyota Lee satisfied owners make Toyota America's #1 truck line in customer satisfaction. Toyota Tough. Don't settle for anything less than Toyota dependability. Go ahead, break out of the ordinary. See your Toyota dealer today for Toyota Value, the best deal going.
Aetna Health Plans covers preventive care because something this well made should be just as well maintained. Aetna Health Plans.
Joe Gibbs is now holding his press conference at RFK. Let's join it live.
Responded at the end there. You know, they had some big plays there. They made a bunch of big plays, including the alley-oop, you know, right before halftime, and we just couldn't really, you know, we didn't make any big plays, and I think it was just, it was kind of their day, really.
And they controlled the ball, something you've been doing.
They controlled the ball, did a good job on us. We didn't run well. Really didn't hit our, you know, our things passing. You know, we really didn't hook up passing. And defensively, you know, we couldn't get them off the field. They made a bunch of big plays in the passing game. I thought Emmitt Smith looked extremely well, looked good, and like he always does. And I think it was just, it was one of those days for us. We couldn't get it done.
Nobody's really worked on Darryl.
Making adjustment changes at halftime and coming out in the second half and moving the ball. Was there something that you didn't do today or you did do that they counteracted on?
I don't quite know how to answer that. I mean, what was the question?
Did you make adjustments in the second half that didn't work, or did you stay with what you were doing in the first half?
No, we tried to adjust, you know, in the game to what, you know, we thought they were doing, you know, to us. We kept taking our shots and trying to move the game plan around. We just, we couldn't really get it done.
Are you anxious to see the film because there are things you weren't quite sure what you were seeing out there, or more standard than that?
I think that I'm always anxious to see the film because I want to see why we didn't get some things that we felt like we should get, you know, and yeah, I'm always anxious to see it. I'm anxious to see what they did and what we did.
So how much were you thinking about?
How much was I? Like I said before, I was thinking about winning the division and getting home field advantage. That's what I've been thinking about the whole time, and that's still what we're fighting for. And you know, I think our guys, like I said, we got to learn from this and hopefully bounce back from this and come out roaring this next week. Learn from it, and it's been a long time since we've been beaten, and we got a feeling here we don't like, and let us respond and get rolling next week and try and get the things that we were trying to get when the season started.
Dallas, 3 out of 4 at RFK over the last 4 seasons.
They've done a heck of a job on us. They really have.
Was there pressure building up at all? Did you feel like the players feel the pressure of the unbeaten?
I don't. I think there was. There's always things like the attention and all that, you know, builds up. But I don't think it was that. I don't think that, you know, really caused the day. At least that's my opinion.
Your thoughts on Michael Irvin's day?
I thought he had a great day. I think they had some players that played great against us. They got some great players.
Will there be some sense of relief now? That,
no, I don't think.
The question coming there, is there a sense of relief? And Joe started saying, you know, no, I don't.
That's the thing the media has, this thing about as if to say that if because you're undefeated, there's some kind of building pressure that you really want to get rid of. That's not true.
I think Tony Kornheiser in his bandwagon article said, you know, the pressure is on the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. They're the ones who really feel the pressure in this thing.
When you're playing well and you're winning, you know, it's a natural thing to continue to win when you're playing well. Yeah. Which, of course, is one of the problems. You know, the Redskins do, all teams that are winning do the same thing week in, week out. That's what you have to get consistency. So every team you play is going to try to stop what you do. So every team for 11 weeks is try something different to stop what the Redskins do, because everybody knows what the Redskins are going to do. So finally a team has come up with something that worked, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Redskins will learn from that. But, I mean, you know.
Well, they get their what? The Rams next week? You know.
The Rams are like a bye, maybe.
The Rams will be the best 3-9 team we've ever seen.
That's right.
Let's take a look at first quarter highlights. This is the